Hi, my name is Omar Foster. I'm a chef and I was a Masterchef finalist in 2023. And today I'm doing a recipe kit with Chefs for Foodies in collaboration with Freshasia. We're doing the perfect night in box today. So we're doing my signature prawn toast. We've got a mushroom satay and we're doing some lovely dim sum and a smashed cucumber salad. Let's get started. So we're going to start by getting our satay on. So what we're going to do is we're going to finely chop the spring onions that we've got. We just want those nice and fine. This is quite a chunky satay. I really like the kind of textural contrast that you get through that. So we're going to cut the spring onions. We're then just going to chop the garlic. Do that as finely as you can. But again, we want texture here, which is really important. Finish chopping those. We've then got some ginger, which I've peeled. So again, we're just going to chop that. Ginger brings a really nice kind of fresh aroma to the satay. And then for a nice kick of heat, we're going to add a chili into this. So if you don't want it too spicy, you can literally add the chili just in halves and then take it out. But I want a bit of a kick here. So we're going to kind of cut that kind of fine slices to run through the sauce. And again, remove the seeds if you don't want it to be super spicy. So then we're going to start when you get this on. So we've got some sesame oil here. So we're just going to start off by frying all of these lovely aromats. So just let your oil heat up. And then we're just going to put all of that into the pan. We're going to cook this down for about 2 to 3 minutes till it's got a nice bit of caramelization on it. Just going to keep that moving so it doesn't char. But we've got that on a nice high heat there. So from that, once you've got a nice kind of, a little bit of color there, we're going to take our Chinese 5 spice. So this will really bring all of those lovely aromats to life. So we're just gonna, that's the best thing about these boxes is you literally got all in one place, just pour it on and get going. So we're gonna let all of that 5 spice really coat all of those lovely aromats and ingredients. So we're just gonna pour in our lovely tahini there. We've then got some dark soy sauce, which we'll add to, which will give it a really nice kind of golden colour. And then from there, we've got some vegetable stock. So I've just added about 100 millilitres of water. So we're just going to add that in. And then that's pretty much your sauce done. So we're just going to leave that to cook for, we want it to kind of get quite thick and sticky. So we're going to leave that to cook for around 15 to 20 minutes. Keep it on quite a medium heat. And then we can just leave that and move on to our next component. So now we're going to start on the prawn toast. So what we're going to do, using this hand blender, I've got some lovely king prawns here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take half of those prawns and put them into the blender. And then we want to get some really nice aromats through this. We don't want this to be a boring prawn toast. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the spring onions and everything's going into the blender, so you can do a really rough chop here. Doesn't matter how chunky it is. What we're going to do is we're going to add spring onions into the mix. We've then got some lemongrass. So this will just make everything sing and have a really nice kind of like herbaceous kind of note to it. So again, a really rough chop on the lemongrass. And add that into the blender too. We're going to add a little bit of our sesame oil. That will just bring the mixture together. We've got fish sauce here, so that pairs perfectly with the prawns. Again, a really nice kind of Asian ingredient, really brings that seafood flavour into these. A little bit of light soy sauce we've got here. Just add a little bit of that. We don't want this to be too wet, so we're just going to add liberally, and then if we need to add a little bit more, we can. And then we're going to add in some fresh coriander. So you can add that with the stalks. Again, this is just to bring some really nice aromats to this dish. So from there, we're just going to give that a blitz. to make sure everything's really nice and combined there. So you can see all of that rough chopping. Do it as messy as you need to, because everything really comes together once you blitz it. I'm just gonna grab a bowl. We're gonna add in our prawn toast mixture. And then the best part about this prawn toast, and my issue when you always get it from the takeaway, is you actually lose a lot of that lovely prawn flavour, because it feels quite mushy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of our prawns and we're just going to chop those up, again, really roughly. And we want it to be quite chunky, and we're just going to fold those through. So when you bite into the prawn toast, you'll have this kind of lovely paste, but then you'll also have the chunky prawns through it as well. We're going to add those into our mix. Give that a lovely stir. So as you can see through there, we've got the lovely prawn paste, and then when we've added all of those chunkier prawns, you can see they all just mix perfectly. You've got all the aromats, and we're ready to start building our prawn toast. So we're going to fry these so they get a really nice crisp on them. So into a saucepan, we're just going to add some oil there. We want that to come to about 1 centimetre up in the pan. So we're going to let that get really hot while we prep our prawn toast. So for the base of the prawn toast, I always use brioche. It's got such a nice sweetness. Prawns have a really good sweetness to them, so they pair perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to halve our prawn toast, and then we're going to halve them again down the middle. So now we're going to prepare our mixes. So we have an egg, which we're just going to add into one of the bowls, and then we're going to give that a beat. So we'll use that to kind of coat everything and make sure everything sticks to the prawn toast. From there, we've got our panko breadcrumbs. So we're going to add those into the bowl, and then we're going to combine that with the sesame seeds. So you've got black and white sesame seeds here. These give like a lovely nuttiness to the prawn toast, and also they visually look really great. So we'll give that a little mix so you get a kind of an equal spread. And then the messy fun part. So we're going to take our prawn toast mix and we're just going to layer that on top of each of the breads. So when we're coating these, you want to make sure that you've always got a dry hand and a wet hand. And if you mix them up, you're going to get very, very messy. We're going to take each prawn toast, and we're going to dip it in the egg. So you want to make sure that's all covered, like that. And then using our dry hand, we're just going to coat that in all of those lovely, lovely sesame seeds. You can see that. And then we'll set those to the side and just repeat that with all of your toast. So wet hand, coating the bread, and then dry hand, just making sure it gets covered in that lovely crumb. So now we're ready to fry our prawn toast. So that oil is lovely and hot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place each one. So we want to put it prawn side down. And we're just going to let that fry in that gorgeous hot oil. Sizzle. And we want to cook those, I'd say about probably 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes on each side. But it's really important that prawn cooks. Prawns cook so quickly anyway, so you just want to keep an eye on that. You can already see that's got some gorgeous colour on there. So we're just going to flip them over and make sure that bread gets cooked as well. Once they're done, we're just going to take a plate lined with kitchen paper. We want to make sure they're not greasy. It's really important. So we're just going to take them out and put them on the kitchen paper to soak up any of that excess oil. And that is your prawn toast ready to serve. So for the top of the satay, to give a really nice crunch, we're going to take the peanuts and we're just going to roast those in the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes until they're nice and golden. Make sure you keep an eye on them though, because they can easily burn. So now we're going to start our smashed cucumber salad. So we're going to take the cucumber and we're going to release all of our anger and give it a really good smash. Basically what this does is it tenderizes the cucumber, lets out some of those juices, so it gives a really nice kind of flavor to the cucumber. All done. So then we're just going to chop it. Again, can be a really nice kind of rough chop here. We want this to be quite chunky and bring some really nice kind of textural contrast to the accompaniments and those silky smooth dim sum. So we're going to add that to a bowl. We're then going to take our rice vinegar, pour that over the top. We're going to take our garlic powder and add that, and our sugar, which will bring a real nice sweetness to the pickle. You can give that a mix, and that is our super simple smacked cucumber salad. We'll just set that aside, ready to serve. For the final piece of our puzzle, we've got our satay done, and we're just going to cook off our mushrooms. So we'll take some of that sesame oil, add that to the pan, and then we've got some beautiful mushrooms here. We've got lots of lovely different types. Look at all that beautiful texture. We're going to cook that in the sesame oil for around 2 to 3 minutes. We want to make sure it has a bit of bite to it. We're just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to the mushrooms. So we should start to get some really nice caramelization on them. But again, we only want to cook them for a few minutes. When they're ready, we're just going to put those onto some kitchen paper as well, just to soak up any of that excess oil. So now we're ready to steam our Freshasia dumplings. So here we've got some chicken and mushroom ones. We've got some lovely bok choy and mushroom as well. Nice little vegetarian option. And then we've got some prawn shumai. Look how beautiful they are, with those lovely little prawns on top. So to cook, we've got a pan here with just some boiling water. So the dumplings, the chicken and mushroom and the bok choy and mushroom, they will take 15 to 20 minutes. So we're gonna start by putting those on first. And then the shumai only takes 10 minutes. So after maybe like 5 to 8 minutes, we're gonna put those on as well. The great thing about these steam boxes is you can literally cook everything at the same time if you need to. You can just pile them up and everything will cook beautifully through. So that will steam all the way through, and you can see we've got those steam liners on the bottom there to make sure that they're cooked properly. So now our dumplings have had about 5 to 8 minutes. So we're gonna add on our shumai, and that will be another 10 minutes, and then we're ready to serve. So now our dim sum is ready. Look at those, glistening, so lovely. So we're gonna be careful, these are always a little bit hot. So we're just gonna take those off of steam, and now we're ready to plate. So we've got our peanuts out of the oven. You can see they've got a lovely color to them now. And then we're gonna start plating. So we'll start with our mushrooms. I'm just gonna place those on a small little plate and just dress with some of that lovely, lovely chunky satay. If you wanted, you can even cook the prawns in the sauce if you want to. I quite like it a little bit separate. Just a nice bit of fresh coriander on top there, and a little bit more chili. If you can handle the heat, why not? We've then got our shumai dumplings, and we can have everything prawny on one plate. Got a lovely prawn toast there. And then to our satay, we're just going to add some of those lovely peanuts just to give that a little bit of texture. We've then got our bok choy and mushroom dumplings. And do the same with our chicken and mushroom dumplings. We'll just garnish with a little bit of the coriander, a little bit of the chili. Then we've got our smack cucumber salad, so we're just going to drain that. Just take all the liquid out of that. Again, dress that so it's got some little flecks of heat through it. And then we're going to use our Yep Kitchen chili oil just to put a little bit over the dumplings. That again will just bring a lovely little spark of chili into this. So there we have it. This is our perfect night in recipe kit. We've got gorgeous prawn toast there, all lovely and crispy, ready to dive in. We've got our mushroom satay, we've got our smacked cucumber salad, and we've got an array of dim sums. We've got prawn siumai, chicken and mushroom dumplings, as well as bok choy and mushroom dumplings. Enjoy.